All right, so now we're ready to actually send out our lesson to the students. We've found our curriculum, we've created a Google Doc to lay it out, we've converted that to a PDF and added things like video comments and screen recordings. So now we want the students to get that in hand and start working on it, okay? So I'm going to go back into the lesson, everything's ready to go, and at the top right I'm going to click on the menu button and click on Create Classroom. What I like about Kami is the look that it has here is the same one as Google Classroom. So nothing changes, everything really stays the same. I'm going to select the class that I would like to send it to. And in this case, I'm going to pick one that's a little bit older because I got more students in it. Because I want to make a point that whenever I click all students, I can select all of them, or I can individualize this. So I can just send it to these 3 students. And this is great for differentiating your instruction. If you have 2 different lessons, you know, a high level, low level, or 3 with a medium level, or whatever the case is, you can really pinpoint the kids that you would like to send it to. But if you want to send it to all students, you can just select them all here. Then when you're ready to publish it, you're going to keep this as published. But if you want to just hang around with it for a little bit, go ahead and click Draft. Obviously, you're going to put a title, you're going to put instructions, and you can then go on to this bottom section. You're going to make sure that you make a copy for each student so that they can work on it. You can make it to where they share one copy, so they're doing collaborative work. Maybe you assign one to a group and you let them work on it together. Or if it's just informational, you can send it to your students where they can't edit it at all. But for this, obviously, we're going to make a copy for each student. The one thing that I'll say to keep in mind that you might want to do is when you schedule it, this would be a great option, because let's say I'm going to give this, let's say I make this video, you know, on Tuesday, and I'm not going to give it until maybe Friday in class. I don't want to send it out to my students today, and I don't necessarily want to wait until Friday to send it out. So I can schedule it now to go out on Friday, so that and I can schedule it at a certain time, so that, you know, if I know I'm going to deliver this lesson at 10 o'clock on Friday, I can schedule it for that time. Topics, that's going to be up to you, and we'll go over topics in a Google Classroom video if you're kind of confused about that. I love having these instructions sent to the students so that they always have something to reference. Works a lot better, obviously, the older that you get with your students, and you can also add additional, you know, attachments in Google Docs if you would like. But whenever you're ready, you're going to go ahead and click Assign, and it's going to get delivered straight to your students. Now, I want to make one more note about assigning lessons to the kids. So I'm going to go back into Mystery Science. Now, I'm going to a different lesson than the one we did together, because this one has a few more options that one just doesn't have. And so I wanted to go over it in this way. So whenever I come down here on the bottom right, I can click on Extensions. And if I click Google Classroom, it's going to assign the same things that we already created and sent to the students. And again, we want to avoid clicking on this Google Classroom, because then they're only just getting a handful of videos to watch, which, yeah, that can be great. But for an online only, or really and for the hybrid as well, we want to still be able to guide them through it and have them answer questions along the way, and not just, you know, sit and get, I guess. Now, again, the assignment that we did in the 3rd grade section did not have this capability, although there were readings to go along with it. But what I really like about this one is I can use ReadWorks to send out some additional readings. And so if I want to do that, whenever I go into ReadWorks, now you're going to have to connect your ReadWorks to your Google Classroom account, but that is completely free. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And when I've done that, up at the top right, I can click Assign. And I can make sure to include audio, and then additional vocabulary support. There's also vocabulary activities, although whenever you add those, then it just really lengthens that assignment into something that I really wouldn't be comfortable just giving to students. But after you make sure that you assign it to the correct classroom, again, you can assign to specific students. So if you need, you know, differentiation, you can do that right here. And again, I can put in a start date so that I sync this up with the lesson that's going to be delivered. And of course, this says authenticate with Google. I would have to do that, but whenever I do, then the assign button would be there, and they would be able to work through it um, and give answers and feedback and so forth. Now, you might assign a video that goes along with this, just so that they have a little bit more instruction, but this is a great way that doesn't require any real additional effort on your end to give them a quality assignment that goes with the lesson that you've already taught. Not all of them come with ReadWorks, but quite a few of them do. So this is a great way to send additional information to your students. So that's how you're going to send out those additional videos and assignments for your kids. But I hope this was informational to you. Hope you got something out of it. If you still have additional questions on how you can, better these assignments to send to your kids, or how you can better use ReadWorks, please feel free to reach out, and I'll help you, as best I can. So, other than that, good luck in your teaching and your creating of the lessons, and we'll, I'm sure, keep in touch.